Hello everyone and welcome to the introductory webinar of Zoho RPA. I'm Isha, a product marketer at Zoho RPA and your host for the session. Today we'll explore Zoho RPA, which is a robotic process automation software that automates high volume repetitive tasks in minutes. The Zoho RPA software bots interact with the UI of any application and replicate your actions across systems. You don't need to code. Just drag and drop or record your steps as you go about your tasks and let the RPA bots take over. It's like having a personal assistant that learns from you. You can connect to cloud applications as well as legacy systems, even the ones without APIs. In this session, we'll be covering the basics of Zoho RPA, how you can sign in, and give you an overview of the platform and the features. Towards the end, we'll also be covering a use case to show you why Zoho RPA is the perfect solution for your automation needs. Zoho RPA is built for automation across industries and job functions. Whether it is BFSI, IT, manufacturing, healthcare, or any other industry or department, we've got you and your business processes covered with efficiency, speed, and security. Let's get started with the demo. Go to zoho.com/RPA. If you have an existing Zoho account, you can click on sign in or else fill up the sign up form. Enter the required details such as name, business email, password and phone number. Read the terms of service and privacy policy and then check I agree checkbox. You can also use the single sign-in option mentioned below on the sign-up page. Finally, click Sign up for free. Once you've registered with Zoho RPA, you will receive an account confirmation email. Open your email and click on confirmation link to confirm and verify your email address. And there you go. You've successfully signed up for Zoho RPA. Now you can easily log in by accessing zoho.com/RPA and entering your account details and password. Once your account is authenticated, you will be redirected to the Zoho RPA account dashboard. Enter your organization details and press Create. This is the first screen you see when you log into your Zoho RPA account. On your left panel, there is Dashboard, My Flows and Settings. Dashboard is a quick sneak peek of your execution history, which includes your running, paused or failed executions. It overlays all the key performance indicators for flows in your org in real time. Right now, since we haven't created any flow, so the dashboard is empty, but once you start creating and running your flows, it will look something like this. Next, we come to My Flows, but first let's understand what a flow is. A flow is a sequence that you create to automate tasks using RPA actions or cloud integration. It contains a trigger and one or more actions. For example, generating invoice in on-prem accounting software and automatically updating the records in Excel can be considered a flow. Under My Flows, you will get an overview of all your flows. Here you can create a flow or a folder for your flows. You can view the collection of flows in your organization. We'll cover the nuances of the flow later when we create our first flow. Next, we come to Settings. Manage all your organization details including profile, flow, history, connections, agents and members in the Settings sections. Which data you can edit here will depend on your role in the organization. On the top panel, you can manage organizations, receive real-time notifications, get all the new and important product announcements. When you click on your display picture, you will get an overview of your plan details, the number of executions. An agent is a software program that you need to install on your computer. It connects to the RPA server in order to execute your flows and perform actions. So an RPA agent acts as a bridge between your computer and the RPA server, and it allows the RPA server to send command to your computer to execute and run workflows. So for example, when you install your RPA agent for your computer A and configure it to run your RPA flows, and when the flow executes, it will only run in computer A. The RPA agent is currently only available for Windows machines. To connect with an RPA agent, in the settings section, click Agents and then click Create Agent. Next, click on the download link that is suitable for your Windows architecture. Now, click on the Generate key to generate a unique key for the agent. In the pop-up window, click on Accept to continue. Please note that you can only generate the installation key when your role is either of admin or owner of the organization. After installing the agent, you will be prompted to register it. Add the agent name, agent key, and click on Register the agent. Follow the on-screen instructions, and once the agent is set up, click Next and Done. Your RPA agent is successfully registered and connected to your server. You can check the details such as agent name, version, status of your agent, and auto update here. Now let's create our first RPA flow. Go to My Flows screen, click Create RPA Flow, choose the flow name, the folder where you want to save your flow. You can also add a description here. Select your RPA agent. If you've not created an agent yet, you can also do that from Create Agent and then click Create. Next, we come to choosing a trigger for our RPA flow. So a trigger is an event that starts the flow. A trigger can be based on varieties of events such as schedule, desktop, and webhook. A schedule trigger is when the flow will start at a specific time on a recurring basis. A desktop event is when the flow will start when an action is performed in response to specific events that occur on your desktops. And a webhook event is when the flow will start when it receives a notification from another service. Builder overview. So for my flow, I am selecting the schedule trigger where I want my flow to run daily. I have selected the start date, time when I want my flow to run. If you wish, you can change and select your preferred time zone as well, and then click on Apply. Now, as you can see, there's also an option to select the days when you want your flow to run. You can select and unselect basis your preference. Additionally, if you want to schedule your flow to run on multiple agents, you can select that as well. Moving ahead, this is the builder where you can customize and create your RPA flows using actions. Actions are the building blocks of your flows. They are the individual steps that your bot can take to automate a process. On the left panel, you can see we have separated actions into the following category. There's RPA, apps, and logics. So RPA is when you can automate the following RPA actions. There's Windows app automations where you can automate your window actions, even the legacy apps without API support. We have provided a diverse set of actions for you to customize and create your flows. There's web automation where you can automate steps or actions on a web browser. There is MS Excel automation where you can automate tasks in Microsoft Excel. There's also file and folders automation where you can organize and manage your data by creating, copying, and moving files and folders. Next, we have apps. So you can connect your cloud applications to your workflows to automate. Our platform offers a support for integrations with 900 plus cloud applications. You can also search for your desired application using the search bar. Next, there is logic. So logic allows you to control the flow of your workflow and add your own business logic. The flow control is where you can control your flow with variables, delays, or decision branches. There's notifications where you can send out email notifications from your flows to notify users for important events. There's custom functions where you can add your own business logic to your workflows using custom functions. This allows you to perform complex calculations, manipulate data, and interact with external systems. You can see the builder tools on the top right corner of your builder screens. They are useful utilities that can help you build your workflows. You can switch your workflows on and off. There's auto arrange, which automatically arranges and aligns your flow steps to follow the alignment of the trigger app. You can undo and redo the last action you performed. There's test and debug, which allows you to test your workflow before switching on your flow. And then there is our RPA recorder. The RPA recorder allows you to record your steps and automatically convert them into workflow. The RPA recorder is available for Windows and web automation. You can also select the option to change the agent from the builder. In this use case, we will be showcasing you how to automate the process of reading the data of your invoice billings in Excel and then creating an invoice using an on-prem invoice generator. So we will be using Excel automation and Windows automation for this. So now that we have already chosen our trigger, first we want the bot to open the Excel file. So we choose the Open Excel action. If you want this action to be executed in the background, you can choose that as well. I would like to open an already existing file for this workflow, but you have an option to start with a blank document as well. I am selecting the file name. If your file is password protected, we also have provided options for you to customize and select accordingly. Next, I want the bot to read the invoice records data from Excel file, so we choose Read from Excel action. You can manually enter the sheet name and choose the cell, row, column or data range you'd like the bot to read. Or you can select our task recorder, which can automatically read data from Excel sheet. So you can indicate the header, row and select the range you want the bot to read. You can also choose the entire sheet as well. For this flow, I would like the bot to read the first row only, so I'm choosing that. As you can see, the data that I've selected is automatically added here. So once the bot has read the selected invoice records, we want it to automatically create invoices from it. So now you have two options. You can either drag and drop the actions to create your workflow, or you select the RPA recorder where you can automatically record your steps. Since we are using Windows automation, I am selecting the Windows recorder. I have an on-prem invoice generator on my device, so I'm opening that. I've started the recording and I'm going to select all the fields I want the bot to automate for invoice generation. Then we also select Get Invoice and the Save File option. As you can see, all my recorded actions are lined up here for me to take a quick look and delete any action if I want to. Once done, we click on Confirm and my recorded actions are added to the workflow. Next, to align the exact input values such as biller name, we open the action and as you can see on the right side, we have field inputs of the invoice records from the Excel sheet. Go to Read from Excel, click Refresh, so all the fields are updated. Select the specified field in accordance to the set text. So I'm adding the biller company here and you can also add delays before or after the actions. The same way we do it for every other action. We add the biller name, the biller company, biller address, country. You can also change the set text accordingly. We add client company, client name, items, item purchased, price per units and so on. You can also customize the Get Invoice action. Similarly, we can customize and select the file path and file name for the invoice generated. You can select if you would like the same document to be updated every time or the new document to be created. So my workflow is created and ready. I am auto arranging my steps. Next, we use the test and debug option to test if this RPA flow is running correctly. As you can see, my flow is running perfectly. You can also check the input and output of the actions to gain more context. Great. So now I can turn my flow on successfully for it to run every day at my selected time. Once your flows are on and running, you can check the summary and the history of your RPA flows here to get more insights. You can turn your flows on and off from this flow dashboard or copy or move the flows as well. You can organize your flows in folders and segregate them basis categories too. Perfect. So now that we have created our first flow together, if you'd like to learn more about Zoho RPA, you can check out our website where you can learn our benefits, features, pricing, as well as use cases and how it translates across industries and job functions. You can also check out our help guide, which is an extensive knowledge base and will give you an in-depth walkthrough of the product.